The Epic Life TV, your home for mastery of habits which create your epic life and business.
Hey, what's up, Epic Lifer? I'm Mr. O, and welcome to The Only Life Worth Living, the Epic Life TV. If it's your first time here, then you definitely want to check out our trailer and find out what the Epic Life is all about. What's up, Epic Lifers? This is Mr. O here, and welcome to the Epic Life TV. So in this video, we're basically starting the Epic Life Optimum series, okay? Well, actually the video previous to this one was the start of it, but I didn't mention that in that particular video, so I'm mentioning it now, all right? So that would be video number 1, this would be video number 2. So the previous video was talking about the 6 things that are holding you back from success and the epic life, and this video is talking about the 8 things that you can do, that you can start to dramatically increase the quality of your life and optimize your mind and body for high performance towards your epic life and business. Now, I don't know about you, but I consider life to be a blessing. I consider it to be a gift from God, and you know what? Life is good, man. I mean, some people like to complain about the way their life is, that everything isn't perfect, but life is good. Life is a blessing and it should be cherished. And so guess what? I actually want to live for a long time. But here's the thing, I don't want to live and get like old and slow, right? Because not everybody who's like 17, 80 years old is feeling old and slow. A lot of them have a lot of energy and vitality, and I'm like, you know what? I want to be like that person, okay? I want to live for a long time and I want to have a good quality of life. And so in order for me to do that, that would require that I slow down the aging process as long as possible. Now you might be thinking, Mr. O, you can't slow down the aging process. Oh, really? You think so, huh? All right, well, we're gonna get into that today because you absolutely can. I'm just telling you that right now. And incidentally, I happen to be proof of that, and you'll find out why a bit later. But here's the deal with slowing down the aging process. See, your body is constantly replenishing cells. You have thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of cells that die every second in your body, and your body needs to reproduce new ones. And so what your DNA does is it re-replicates itself, and so that's what's happening. And so the cells in your eyes come back the same color, okay? Your hair comes back the same color, all right? The elasticity in your skin tone comes back the same color. Now, what happens is this: over time, your body's ability to replicate the DNA as efficiently as possible and make an exact copy gets weaker and weaker and weaker. Okay, your eye color isn't quite as clear as it was before, all right? You'll also notice that your hair starts to go gray. All of these things start happening because your DNA isn't replicating the way it used to be in particular areas of your body, all right? Even the wrinkles, the muscles getting weaker, the bones getting weaker, all of that is happening because the DNA is not replicating the same way. And what I'm saying to you is that you can slow that process down, or in some cases, you might even be able to reverse it. Seriously. And so the 8 principles I'm going to share with you today will help you do just that. It's going to prolong the aging process as long as possible. Now, I said to you that I am proof of this, and I'm saying that because 1, I have a lot of energy and vitality, and the other thing is that most people, I'm not going by what I'm saying, I'm going by what other people tell me, meeting me for the first time, I would say probably 7 to 8 times out of 10, people are shocked when they find out how old I am. So I would assume from that feedback that I look young for my age. So people ask me a lot, Mr. O, what do you put on your face? Whatever that cream is, I want to get some of that cream because I want to look young like you. And you know, I always make a joke, but it's kind of a joke, but it's true at the same time. And that is, dude, it's not what I put on my face, it's what I put in my face, okay? And sometimes it's what I don't put in my face, probably more to the point. In fact, that's probably more powerful than anything else, to be honest with you. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Some of you are like, well, actually, you know what? I've heard this thing about black don't crack. And so sometimes a lot of black people like to say, yeah, man, you know what? Black don't crack, man. That's why I look so young and you lot are all looking old. Well, that is not exactly true, okay? Black does crack, and I've seen it, okay? Trust me, I've seen black done cracked, okay? Done cracked all up and down, okay? Black does crack. what's happening is people aren't taking care of themselves. That's what's really going on, okay? It's all about lifestyle choices. That's what it all boils down to at the end of the day. So I remember this one time I was in a restaurant, and the restaurant was getting very close to closing time, and so a lot of the time in restaurants people don't want to throw food away, and so what they'll do is they'll either really discount it to a low price or they'll just give it away for free. And so this happened to be one of the places where they were giving it away. So this beautiful young lady comes to me and she offers me this muffin, right? And so I looked at the muffin, then I looked back at her and I said, sorry, thanks, but no thanks. And so the manager was like a bit shocked. He was like, how could you turn down such a beautiful girl? And I'm like, I'm not turning down the girl, okay? I'm turning down the muffin. I don't eat things like that. And when I say I'm not turning down the girl, I'm not, I'm married, so, get your mind out the gutter with that one. But I said, look, I'm turning down this muffin because I'm not eating that. I was looking at it, it had all kind of stuff on it, and I'm like, I ain't putting that in my mouth, okay? I'm not saying I never eat muffins, okay, but it's rare that I do, all right? And this was an occasion I was like, nah, I'm not eating that. And then I added on top of that, I said, I don't eat things like that, and that's why I look so young. And he kind of looked at me as like, how do you know you look young? And I said, well, how old do you think I am? And he was like, I don't know, 19? Can't be much older than that. I was laughing. I was like, ha, ha. I wish I was 19. It's been some time since I was 19, boy. I ain't gonna tell you how old I am, okay? Not happening. In fact, if you want to, have a guess down in the comments. Write down what age do you think Mr. O is. And I might tell you, although I probably won't. But anyway, yeah, just write down. I'll be curious to know what it is because I get different numbers all the time. So anyway, when I told him my age, he was like, sorry, what? What? How old? What? Huh? What do you mean? You look young for your age, man. Now, people say that to me a lot. They say you look young for your age. But I want to put a little twist on that. Maybe I don't look young for my age. Maybe you look old for your age. Okay, now people are like, hold on now, Mr. O, that's a bit rude, That's a bit rude. How can you say something like that? But it's the truth though, okay? The truth of the matter is that I live a lifestyle that is conducive to my DNA replicating itself at a fast enough rate to keep me looking young. Whereas what most people are doing is they're doing things that's just expediting that aging process, okay? If you're consuming lots of alcohol, you're living a life where you're up really late at night, all these different things contribute to aging you really, really quickly, okay? So for all the people that think I look young, the truth is that I probably just look the age I'm supposed to look for my age. And you're supposed to look the same age as me if you're my age, all right? But a lot of people look a lot older than I am who are my age. Let me just put it to you this way. A lot of people my age, they've got lines in their forehead, they've got crow's feet, okay? I mean, they're just, they've got big pot bellies, they got all sorts going on, okay? And they're just, their skin's looking a bit haggard and all of that. And it's because of the lifestyle that they've chosen to live. It's got nothing to do with black don't crack. Trust me. Because there are white people who are about my age, all right, who live a similar lifestyle to the one I live, and they look about the same age as me. Seriously. So it can't be that black doesn't crack. I mean, it might help a little bit, but not that much. But if you really want to know my secret, they are the 8 principles that I'm going to share with you, and these principles are from a book, all right? They're from a book, an ancient book of timeless wisdom, and I'm not going to reveal what that book is today, so you might want to subscribe and find out in a later video what that book is, because I will be revealing it. But for now, I am going to reveal to you the 8 principles that you should start doing immediately to dramatically increase the quality of your life and optimize your mind and body for high performance towards achieving your epic life and creating an epic business for yourself. Okay, so let's get into it. So the 8 principles, I'm going to use an acronym, and the acronym is New Start. What was it? New Start. Because you need a new start in your life if you want to live these principles and turn your life around. And I'll tell you something, just knowing them isn't enough. I know a lot of people that know these principles and they can quote the New Start acronym, okay, but they ain't doing it. And it looks like they're not doing it, okay? They're suffering because they're not doing it. And I'm like, well, why wouldn't you want to do this? But they just want to live the life they live and you can't tell them anything. So I'm like, okay, well, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But don't be complaining when you're getting old and decrepit and feeling like, whatever you feel like. You know what I'm saying? Don't make excuses, man. Just obey, okay? Just obey the principles. It works. I mean, why wouldn't you want to do that? But anyway, people don't want to do it, and it's up to you whether you decide you want to do it or not. If you do, you're going to reap the benefits. So let's get into it. So first up, N. N is for nutrition, plant-based nutrition. I made in a previous video to this one, the 6 things holding you back from success. One of those things was meat and dairy. A lot of people are consuming this meat and this dairy food, and it's just really clogging up their system. It's making their body acidic, okay? Your body is supposed to be in an alkaline state of 7.35 to 7.40, okay? That's slightly alkaline. The pH scale is 0 to 14, okay? 0 being very acidic and 14 being very alkaline. And so you're supposed to be in the middle, but slightly on the alkaline side, all right? And your body's constantly trying to regulate that. Now, when you consume meat and dairy, you're putting acid into your body. Now, your body has what you call hydrochloric acid in your stomach, and that's to actually break down the food so that it can digest properly. It breaks it down into smaller particles, okay? But your stomach is lined with mucus, which stops it from actually burning through your stomach, because hydrochloric acid can burn through pretty much anything, seriously, all right? It's really powerful stuff. But if you're eating lots of acidic food, it means you get lots of heartburn, because once the body leaves the stomach, it goes in down to your small intestine, in your large intestine, your colon, and then it's absorbed into your body. And if that's acidic, then it's going to make the rest of your body and your blood acidic, all right? But if you're eating plant-based food, okay, then you're going to be, especially like green leafy vegetables, you're going to be in more of an alkaline state. And that plant-based food has living energy in it, live living energy, okay? So when you're eating that, you're eating a high energy food, and it's something that's very alkaline. And so when it goes through your system, you've got a lot more energy and you're not clogging up the system. And the good thing is that when you're not eating all of those other things, then your body's not having to pull all the resources from other parts of your body, like your bones and your muscles, just to try and actually make sure that your body is at a good, healthy pH, because that's what happens when you start to eat all these other things. So that's nutrition, and the next up is exercise. Oh, I like me some exercise. You should be doing anaerobic exercise and you should be doing aerobic exercise, all right? Now, I'll tell you the difference between the two. So aerobic exercise is like that cardiovascular type of exercise, you know, running, walking, that sort of thing that gets your blood pumping, okay? Your blood should be pumping. You should be getting your blood to circulate around your body, and you should be doing these things regularly, because what it does is it keeps you using all the muscle groups and keeps your body and bones robust and working. Right? That's what you want to be able to do. And what happens is when people retire and they sit in front of the television set all day, they're not using it as much, and that's why they start to get arthritis, all right? And all the food that they've been eating, the acidic food, is just pulling from their bodies, and they start to age. You'll notice this, when people retire, they start to age and they start going downhill real fast, okay? And it's not because they're old, it's because they're not moving enough. Seriously, that's what the problem is. And so when you're exercising, you can actually slow down that process significantly. And if you start from young, the younger you start, the better off you are. Now, that was aerobic exercise. Now I want to talk about anaerobic exercise, because anaerobic exercise is basically resistance exercise. So, you know, weight training, calisthenics, all of these things. Now, this is the part that gives you a nice physique. This is the part that sculpts your muscles so you look good, all right? But you're also strong, you have vitality, you've got energy, all right? Now, something amazing happens in your body when you do this, okay? When you do resistance exercise, you know what happens? Your pituitary gland releases growth hormone. Now, growth hormone is what teenagers get when they go from, you know, they're 12 years old and they're basically, you know, 5 foot, and then literally in a summer, you see them again and you're like, I was looking down at you before and now you're up here. All right, that's the growth hormone. And growth hormone keeps you looking young, okay? Because cells are reproducing very quickly and they're doing it fast, and it's keeping your body going at a fast rate. So here's the thing, there's proof of this, right? You can go and look up people who are bodybuilders who are like 80 years old, And I'm not joking you, I'm not saying this as an exaggeration. These people look like they're in their 30s and 40s and they're 80 years old, all right? And the reason they look like that is because they've been doing resistance training for such a long time, and so the elasticity in their body, the collagen is still strong in their body. They've got really tight skin as though they're in their 30s, all right? And it's because this growth hormone, this fountain of youth, this elixir of life that everyone seems to be looking for in all these face creams and these body creams and all these treatments and all of these things, you can get it naturally. It's inside you, just waiting to be released, and all you got to do is do some anaerobic exercise. So if you want to look young and feel young, you want to do some resistance training. Get on it, man, get on it. And W, water. I've been drinking a lot of this recently. Well, I drink a lot of it anyway, but even more so because in England right now it is hot. It's the summer right now, it's July, okay, which happens to be my birthday month. My birthday is July 17th. And it is getting pretty hot right now, okay? Usually in England we're used to very low temperatures and it's a pretty cold country. But recently we've got this heat wave, it's like 33 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but for an Englishman, that's kind of hot, okay? And a lot of people are complaining. I'm not complaining because I'm grateful, I'm glad for the heat, okay? I was born in the summer, so I like being warm. But that's exactly why I'm in this vest. I'm not in this vest because I'm talking about health in this video and I want to show off my muscles. I'm doing it because I'm actually hot. And when I had the other t-shirt on, I was like, oh. All right. So water, you want to drink lots of water. Now this bottle, you want to keep your water, by the way, in either a glass bottle. I've got one down here somewhere. A glass bottle, I use that sometimes. That's probably better than this. But this is a, I think is it BPA or BHA? BPA free. I don't know if you can see that here. It says BPA free there. I don't know if you can see that. I think you can like that. Okay, but basically this is a BPA bottle, which basically means the plastic. So let's say you've got a bottle of water like this. This isn't BPA free, and when the sun hits this, or when you open it, the sun rays basically melts the plastic and the plastic goes into the water. You don't want to be consuming the plastic that is in this going into your body. You don't want that happening. So have a BPA bottle, BPA free bottle if you don't want to carry on glass, because I know glass is quite heavy. So that's just a tip there. But the bottom line is you want to make sure that you are drinking a lot of water, and you should, people debate about how much you should have. People do it based on how much you weigh and all these different things. But a good indicator is just look at the color of your urine, okay? Throughout the day, it should be this color. Okay, it should be as light as possible. If it's going too yellow, that means you're a bit dehydrated. In fact, if you're waiting till you feel thirsty to drink, you've waited too long, all right? You're dehydrated already. You want to be in a situation where you are drinking water before you feel thirsty, okay? So the benefits of water, we're going to make another video. We're going to go through the whole Epic Life Optimum series of what happens when you start. And so I'm going to do a video on what happens when you start drinking water, because it is amazing what it does in your body. It is amazing. It flushes the system. It keeps your whole body hydrated. It keeps your muscles hydrated. It keeps the organs working at optimum. And if you're not getting enough water in, you are really seriously allowing your body to age so quickly, because what the body has to do is it has to take the water from different parts of the body in order to neutralize what you're deficient in, right? So it takes it away from other places. If you're drinking enough water, that won't happen, all right? Water, oh my goodness, it makes such a difference in your life, and you feel different. Instead of having your caffeine, just drink water all day, all right? Just drink lots of water, keep that water in your system, and ideally try and drink some kind of filtered water, okay? Because tap water, at least here in the UK, tap water's got a lot of metal compounds in it that are very harmful for you. I think we've got fluoride in our water. I think we've got things like chlorine. Sometimes you can even smell it when it's just been treated, when it comes out the tap. When I've taken a shower, even sometimes, I've smelt it coming out, you know, depending on where I am. I've smelt the chlorine coming out of the water, and I'm like, oh man, and people are just drinking it straight out of the tap. I'm like, what are you doing? Okay, so try not to drink that. Get some kind of filtration system. I know there's water ionizers and things like that are quite expensive, but you can also buy bottled water, which is pretty good. Just do a bit of research on it. So that's new. We're at NEW, nutrition, exercise, water. So the next word is start, although it's all one word. So the next principle, S, is for sunlight. Most people do not get outside enough, okay? They're not spending enough time outside. They're spending all their time indoors. And if you live in the UK, you're probably going to find that you are vitamin D deficient, okay? Because people are not getting outside in the sun enough. You need vitamin D for your bones. You need it for your teeth, which incidentally are bones. You need it for your skin. All of these things are enhanced if you've got enough vitamin D, and people are just not spending enough time outside, and I myself am included in that. I need to get out more. Yeah, I really do. Okay, my wife's always telling me, she's like, did you go outside today? I'm like, well, and she's like, Elliot, you need to go outside. She can call me Elliot, but you have to call me Mr. O. She's like, Elliot, you need to get out, man. So I'm listening to my wife. I need to go outside. In fact, I'm gonna go outside after this video. Probably because she wants me out the house. But anyway, I don't really think it's the sunlight she's worried about me not getting. I digress. Get lots of sunlight, and if you are out in the sun, especially in this hot weather, you want to make sure you've got some sunblock on. I know black people sometimes they're like, I don't need sunblock, man. I'm dark, bruv. Man don't need no sun. Man don't need no sunblock, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like, man don't need that, bruv. And then you see them, they're peeling like a potato, man. I'm like, see? I'm not ashamed. I put on sunblock. I definitely put it on because I'm not trying to peel and I'm not trying to get skin cancer, right? So, I mean, just swallow the pride, man. You know what I'm saying? Just put on some sunblock. If you're not used to being in the sun, then put some sunblock on, man, okay? Don't be prideful. And for those of you who are living in sunny countries, then obviously maybe you need less sunlight. I don't know. But, you know, don't go out when it's in the height of the day. Try not to go out when the sun's like at 12 o'clock and it's like at the peak and it's beaming down on you. You know, wait till the sun's gone down a bit. Okay, so T. T is for temperance. Now, I mean temperance in terms of the amount of food that we consume. Okay, sometimes, especially people from my culture, if you're from the Caribbean, right? Well, that's where my parents are from originally. People eat too much food. All right, way too much food, and you'll find a lot of people are very rotund. Okay, so here's the deal. I think the reason for that is that when my ancestors were brought over to, you know, the Caribbean countries, they were brought over as slaves. So they were working very hard. So they ate a lot of hard food, their yam, their dashi. Nothing wrong with that. You know, it's good stuff to eat. But sometimes we're eating too much of it. That's the point, okay? You're eating too much in terms of quantity, okay? And the proof of that is that if you're bigger than you're supposed to be, then boy, you know what I'm saying? Don't just use the excuse, oh, I'm big boned. It's not that you're big boned, it's that you're consuming more energy than you're expending, okay? You're not working out in the field as a slave all day anymore, all right? That's what our ancestors used to do, but we eat the same way they used to eat, and we're not doing the same amount of work they used to do, okay? I hope that makes sense. But we need to learn to be temperate in all things, and in some cases, temperance might mean not having it at all. Like alcohol. Oh, a glass of alcohol once in a while won't kill you. You know, I know there's doctors say, oh yes, I recommend that my patients have a glass of wine at least once a day. I think the reason they're really saying have a glass of wine is because they just don't want you to have 5, okay? So they just tell you, okay, look, just have 1. Look, it's better to not have any at all. I know they say there's good properties in the wine, okay? But guess what? The good properties are from the grape, okay? So just have grape juice. You don't need the alcohol with it too. That's where the goodness is coming from. It's coming from the grape. It is good for you, but with the alcohol, it ain't. Okay, so I'm just gonna take a bit of water now. I'm doing it on camera only because of the nature of this video. I think I just spilled some on myself. But yeah, I'm gonna drink some of this now because I live what I preach, man. Okay. And you can see that, you know, it's almost to the bottom now. So you can see I do drink a fair bit of water every day. All right, so let's get back to it. Where was I? It was, hold on, you got to new start. Okay, so A. A is for air. Air, air, air. So again, you need to get outside. So my wife has 2 excuses now for getting me out of the house: sunlight and air. Okay, well, I can get them both at the same time. So I don't know why she's trying to get me out of the house all the time. But anyway, right, so getting air. Okay, now what you want to do is go outside, especially if you live in the city. Try and get outside early because that's before the fumes start coming up, right? You want to go outside and you want to fill your lungs with air, just like breathe in, like fill it up in and hold it and breathe it out. Now, when you do that a few times, you will notice your energy levels start to shift. You'll feel a lot more energy when you do that. And a lot of us, we actually don't breathe deep enough. We breathe very shallow, okay? If you look at a baby, when they breathe, you'll see that their stomach moves because they're breathing from their diaphragm, okay? But as adults, we're very shallow. We breathe from here, right? You need to get consciously just breathe deep. That allows you to feel your body getting exercise. In fact, just doing that now, my energy levels went up. That coupled with water. Okay, so someone once said, how long can you live without food? How long can you live without water? You can go a few days without food. You can go a few days without water. How long can you go without air? Yeah, for most people, 3 minutes, you're dead. Okay, some people couldn't have a bit more lung capacity, they can hold longer for that. I don't really know many people that can go beyond 10 minutes and still be alive. Okay, air is that crucial to us, so make sure you're getting lots of air in your system. Okay, so now we're up to new stars. So nutrition, exercise, water, sunlight, temperance, air, rest. So that's where we're up to right now. So when it comes to resting, I'm talking about getting enough sleep and relaxation time. A lot of people are just not getting in the 8 hours that they're recommended to have. We're supposed to sleep 8 hours a day. A lot of people are like, no, man, I need to grind, man. I need to be on my grind. Man, sleep is for the weak. Man, I'm gonna sleep when I'm dead. Yeah, well, maybe you're gonna be dead sooner than you think if you don't get some sleep in, son. Okay? I know sometimes, we think, man, I've got to get a lot done. And I'm the same way. Like, when I'm working on something, I really want to get it finished. And I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I do go longer, but that's sometimes, not all the time, okay? You need to make sure that your body is well rested, because if you don't do that, you're really exhausting yourself and your body has to pull again from all these different resources, and you'll start aging yourself. You start to get lines and wrinkles and bags under your eyes because you're not getting enough rest. Your body is telling you, let me slow down, let me recalibrate, let me just take some time to get myself to give me some strength so that I can serve you the next day and be able to give you everything I've got. But if you're not resting, then you're not going to get that opportunity, okay? And so you think by staying up longer, you're getting more done, but you're staying up longer not feeling 100%. If you're feeling 100%, then you can actually really give it some welly and get some things done in a shorter period of time. I hope that makes some sense. So if you're an adult, you need 8 hours a day. If you're a teenager, you're gonna need 9. Now, most teenagers are probably like, yes, right now, because teenagers like to sleep in for a long period of time. And the truth is that they do actually need a bit more rest, okay? Their body's doing a lot of things and developing. But what I will say, teenagers, is that a lot of you are staying up till like 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, and then you're going bed to sleep, and then you wanna sleep 9 hours and wake up at 11. Come on, man. You need to step your game up, all right? I know you are up watching Netflix all night. I know that's what it was, okay? Or maybe some of y'all was watching something else, but we ain't gonna go there right now. Anywho, we all need to get more rest. Most of us just aren't getting enough. So give yourself the gift that you deserve of having a good amount of sleep. And the other thing you want to do in terms of rest is rest 1 day a week. You want to rejuvenate yourself, okay? You should have a day in the week. For me, that's Saturdays, all right? I like to just rest and not do any work, okay? Just literally, I'll do nothing. Now, the rest of the week, I'm gonna bang, okay? I'm going hard, I'm grinding. But on that day, nope, not doing nothing. I ain't doing nothing, okay? I do things to help others and serve and, things like that. I don't do nothing. I'm not sitting on the couch all day. I like to use that time to reflect, think about my life, my creator, spend time with God and with other people that believe in God too, and just have that time. But a lot of people just aren't doing that, and you're just wearing yourself out. Seriously, just do that. Try taking 1 day a week where you just relax, okay? You don't do any work. You'll notice a difference. Seriously, try it out. So what is that thus far? That's new start. So that's nutrition, exercise, water, sunlight, temperance, air, and finally the next T, which is trust in God. Now, I don't know if you're a religious person, maybe you don't like the word religion, maybe you prefer the word spiritual. Look, whatever semantics you're interested in right now, the point is that we as human beings like to carry too much stress on our shoulders. We like to worry about everything. We're constantly thinking about what about the bills? What about my family member? What about this? What about that? What about my job? All these things. We're worrying about what other people think about us, okay? We're worrying about the person that owes us money that we know is never going to pay us back, but we let it eat us up. There's all these different things that happen in life, and we just want to hold on to it. And when we do that, you worry yourself sick. That's not just a cute phrase. It's actually true. You can worry yourself sick, okay? Worry can dry out your boat. It can ruin you, I'm telling you. Just having a happy, positive mindset, a trusting mindset that there is a God, that there's someone, a greater power than you, taking care and looking after you, all right? You do not have to carry all that stress yourself, and you can just live one day at a time. Don't worry about what's way down the line that's going on tomorrow. I'm not worried about that, okay? That doesn't mean you don't make plans, but it just means you don't need to worry and stress yourself about certain things. Just chill, man. Why you gotta carry all of that? And doing this, you'll find that there are people around the world, all right? There's different spots they call blue spots, okay? And it's a proven fact now, okay, that people that have this trust in God that some people just don't believe in, all right, there is proof that these people live longer and they have a higher quality of life. There's a particular place called Loma Linda, and this is one of the key principles. They live the New Start principles that I just shared with you, okay? And the last one, trust in God, is like the key one that they really think it makes the big difference. And you'll see people there, they're like 100 years old. There's this woman there, she was 100 years old and she's still driving, okay? They even filmed her. She was like doing her little weights and stuff like that. I was like, oh, this sweet little lady's just doing these things. I mean, they weren't super heavyweights, but I mean, she was doing her thing, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, man, but like, I know people that are like 30 years younger than her that couldn't do what she was doing. So, all of these things. And she was saying, man, it's just her trust in God that's kept her so young and so vibrant and with so much energy. Okay, so that brings us to the end. New starts. Okay, so what was it? Nutrition, exercise, water, sunlight, temperance, air, rest, and trust in God. All right, so those are the 8 principles, and I'm telling you, if you start doing these, you will dramatically increase the quality of your life, and you will also bring yourself to a point where your mind and body can serve you at optimum and give you that high performance edge so that you can actually live an epic life and create a great business for yourself if that's something that you're actually interested in doing. So give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Please do share it with someone who you really think needs it, maybe someone who needs to get out the house a bit more so you can have a bit more alone time. But seriously, make sure that you start living these principles, okay? You're gonna have a much better quality of life. Share it with others around you because they're gonna have that as well. And especially if it's people that you really love, it's gonna help them to live longer, okay? And you're gonna have them longer. Sometimes people are not with us long enough because they just did not live the way that they should have lived, and so they just have a lower quality of life and they die sooner. So share this with as many people as you can. Okay, so the next series we have coming up is part of the Epic Life Optimum series, and it's called What Happens When You Start. All right, so we're going to be looking at what happens when you start drinking water, what happens when you're having enough plant nutrition, what happens when you're getting enough rest. All of these things are things that we're going to go into to help to motivate you to actually want to do this stuff, okay? Because I'm telling you, it's all good knowing it, but if you're not doing it, you're not going to get the benefits. So I would invite you to subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure that you stay tuned. Turn on the notification bell because that's going to notify you as to when that video is out, and you'll be the first to know about it. Okay, so that's all from me, Mr. O. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.